Now, you know, your clothes can do some of the work, but sometimes your body also needs to pack the punches. So Jaryd Mostert, the Honest PT, joins us now in studio as he shares a few simple exercises that we can do from the comfort of our own homes that will improve and maintain our gut health and core area. Now, Jaryd, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here. It's good to be back.
No, it's so lovely to touch base with you again. You know, you call yourself the Honest PT. So what's so honest about you?
So basically, when I first started posting on fitness content, basically, I started seeing a lot of people posting basically, I would say, nonsense kind of stuff, if I could be honest.
Call it like it is.
So things like, you know, your quick fixes and your detoxes and your cleanses, all the stuff that really doesn't actually do anything. So, and the problem with this is, I had a problem with this personally, because people who are struggling to lose weight or struggling to get healthier, they see that and they might try it out, and then they start losing hope because it's not actually going to work. So I thought I need to come up with a name that's actually going to help people that know my content, basically, to know that it's going to be honest, it's going to be science-based, it's going to be stuff that actually works. No-nonsense approach.
No-nonsense approach. I like that. Someone we can trust, someone that's going to tell it like it is and let go of all of those quick fixes, all of those fads in health or in exercise, I suppose, that all of us fall victim to. So let's go through some basic exercises that South Africans can try at home. You know, we're all about doing things from the comfort of your own home.
Absolutely. Cool. So basically, with these exercises, these are all for the core. Now, a lot of people, when they think about the core, they think just the abs, right?
Yeah.
The problem is that this is a very big part of the core, but it's also got to do with the lower back and also the glutes. That all forms part of the whole core of your body itself as well. Okay. So usually what happens if people have a weak core, the other muscles start to compensate. So you start to get lower back pain, start to get maybe upper back tension, all those kind of things. So it's very, very important to have a very, very strong core throughout life.
That sounds really, really good, South Africa. Now we're going to start with bicycle crunches.
Yes. Okay. So the first one's going to be on your back. You're basically going to start lifting your shoulders slightly just off the ground, and you're going to lift your one knee about 90 degrees and your other foot just slightly off the ground like that. Okay, then you're going to basically crunch opposite elbow to knee, then back down and switch, and then change. Now, it's very, very important here that you want to basically exhale with the effort. So exhale as you go up and inhale as you come down. Other common mistake is generally people tend to grab their neck.
Yes.
You don't really want to do that. You want to make sure that your core is doing all the work. So just have your hands there and make sure that you really contracting with the core itself.
But then, Jaryd, a quick question. For some people who do have pain or injured necks or maybe not strong backs, what can they do to make sure that they still can maintain the right posture and not leave a hunched back or cheat?
So basically a rule of thumb that I would say is basically, first of all, whenever you're doing any sort of exercise, you want to make sure that you basically roll your shoulders back, your chest is up, and you have good posture. And then if you're struggling to get all the way up, you can just start with just a general hold. So you're just holding here, breathing nice in and out. And then if that's too easy for you, then you can slowly just do a mini crunch. Maybe start with your feet off the ground and then just start there and then back down.
Now that we've got our variations, what's the second one? Our shoulder taps.
Shoulder taps, yeah. So shoulder taps is going to be in a push-up position like this. Now, a lot of people, they find this exercise, they say it's a little bit easy, but it's usually because they're actually doing it too fast. So a lot of people, when they do it, they start doing this.
Yes.
And I mean, it'll work, but generally it becomes more of an arm exercise. So what you want to do...
I'm people. I do that all the time, and I'm like, I'm nailing this.
So generally what you want to do is you're going to start in a push-up position, like this, and then you're basically going to do it slow, like literally this slow. Now, some common tips here is basically you want to make sure that your hips don't rotate. So when you do that, generally you don't want to do that. You want to.
I mean, I thought I was Shakira. My hips don't lie. What you talking about? Okay, so we have to keep our hips square, looking dead straight to the ground, parallel to the ground, and then we touch opposite hand to opposite shoulder.
Absolutely, yeah. So if this is a little bit too difficult for you, you can do two things to basically make it a little bit easier. Firstly, you can widen your stance, and then secondly, if you're struggling to go all the way to your shoulder, you can just go to your hands.
Oh, wow, okay.
And if that's too easy for you, then you can go arms all the way out there.
I love that. Okay, now, as you can see, I'm already starting to sweat, South Africa, so take us to our side plank leg rise.
Okay, so side plank leg rise, this one's very, very important for basically the glute medius, which is the small muscle here by the hips. Now, for ladies, this one is also a very good one for the hourglass figure, so that's a bonus there. But it's also a very, very important hip stabilizer, so it's very, very important that we keep it nice and strong. So you're going to start basically in a side plank position, so your bottom leg is going to be bent at about 90 degrees, and your elbow is going to be under your shoulder. And you're going to lift up, and for some people this itself might just be an exercise. You can just hold this one. And then from here, if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you're just going to lift your leg up to about horizontal level and then back down again. Okay. But you want to make sure that also your hips don't drop as you lift it up. You want to keep your hips all the way up there and just going up and down. Pausing for a second on top and then slowly down.
Wow, I can definitely feel this, but it also feels good. And that's what I like about exercising and exercise, not only with you, but whether you're at home or have a PT at home with you, is that essentially it just makes you feel good as well. Not only does it give you that summer body you might be keen for this December, but it also helps your mind, your body, and your spirit.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. It releases feel-good hormones, so endorphins.
Yeah.
So they generally say it's really good for kids especially as well, for concentration, all those kind of things.
I love that. Well, I'm ready for it. It seems like you've got our 4 exercises down packed. They seem super simple. You already talked us through leg rises. You've talked us through crunches. It seems as if we almost have everything and shoulder taps. So I'm glad that you came through today. South Africa, please do follow him on his social media pages if you want to find more exercises. I do believe we've got bird dog, something like that.
Yes, one last one is called a bird dog. It's a very strange name, but basically you're going to start on all fours. Now this one's really good for general core stability and also pelvic stability. So you're going to start like this. You're going to lift up your one arm and your opposite leg, going all the way out also to horizontal, and then slowly back down again, and then changing side. Here, once again, you want to keep your hips square. You don't want to really tilt it too much. Keep it nice and square, and then back down. And then if you're feeling really adventurous, then you can start doing basically an advanced one where you'd go like that. But this one is
yeah,
quite
we ain't
difficult.
feeling adventurous like that, South Africa. It is a Wednesday. We are getting over the hump. So please do engage with us on social media. Let us know if you're keeping fit and are you keeping to those New Year's resolutions? Because you know we all had them. Let us know. Use that hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments. Now, one thing we are always guaranteed with Jaryd on the show is that an insightfulness and, of course, informativeness whilst having fun all along the way. And, of course, what's more exciting is that just a few minutes you can get the body that you've always wanted and you've always dreamed of. So South Africa, please do head over to our social media platforms to get exercising along with us.